Hey guys, I just wanted to do a quick part 2 follow-up video in this series of shop therapy. It's really just some helpful tips and tricks that I use around my shop that I think everyone could benefit from. Some of these things I've been using since day one. So real quick, we'll dive right into it. One of my favorite tips to give for any shop, indoor or outdoor, is to utilize these cheap kiddie pools. Now, I say cheap. These used to be $4. Now I'm finding that the larger one is $16. So it doesn't help buying them out of season. It's February right now. It doesn't matter that it's not summer swimming season. They're about the same price all year long around here in Nebraska, but you can get them in a 5-foot or a 4-foot diameter, and they actually market them as being the same height. And you can see here, it's obviously not true. They're different heights. But I use these as giant oil pans. So when they were $4, I'd get them all dirty, and I'd throw them away and grab another one because it wasn't, worth the cost to use brake parts cleaner to clean them back out. You had more money in brake parts cleaner than just a new pool. But at $16, I'm probably going to start cleaning them out and saving them a little bit longer. But what I like to do is I'll use the smaller ones, like this 4-foot. I'll just slide it. It fits nicely between the wheels of a truck if you're doing an oil change, especially on a big truck like a 14-liter Cummins, where you're dropping it's like 30 quarts of oil and lots of room to spill. And if you do spill, you can spill a lot of oil. So I like to throw that down for an oil change. And then with this 5-footer, I actually like to set the whole engine stand and engine inside the pool when I'm disassembling it. That way all the oil falls into the pool. And the bad thing is those wheels, the caster wheels, there's a lot of weight on those, and they end up usually cutting holes through the pool. So I usually end up actually just ruining the pool when I'm doing an engine teardown. But as far as oil changes go, you can keep one of these smaller ones around for quite a long time. But that's just one of my favorite tips. Just a helpful tip or trick. And this goes for the hobbyist at the lowest level all the way up to a professional. As soon as I got out of college, I got my first house. It was actually a rental house. I put one of these suckers in. It's a dispenser for Gojo, and this is my current cleaner. It's Cherry Hand Cleaner Supro Max. You've also got this multi-green. Push on there, soap comes out. This stuff smells amazing. It will take anything off, and it's extremely easy on your skin. It doesn't dry your skin out, it doesn't rough your skin up. There's some kind of lotion in there. But absolutely, do yourself the favor, and this soap is stupid expensive. It's $30 or $40 for this pack, but this will last me years. I think a pack lasts me a little over 2, maybe even 3 years, just for my own use, for one person. So don't get freaked out by the price. It does take a while to shop around. If you're ordering from Amazon, it takes a while to shop around and find the best deal, because a lot of guys try to screw you. They'll try to charge you $80 to $100 for a pack of this soap, or they'll try to force you into buying like a 6-pack or 12-pack. That'd be enough for the rest of my life. So makes it super convenient. You can glue it to the wall or screw it to the wall, and you can use like a double-sided 3M tape, and that's how I've attached several of these to walls. But you can put it in your bathroom right next to your sink, and you are going to be so thankful that you did this. Makes cleaning your hands so much quicker and easier. All right, so just a little more clarification on my cleaning process, because I do think I have this one down pretty well. So first, I will sweep up and throw away any huge chunks of rocks or mud. Obviously, just throw that in the trash. There's no point in ruining your vacuum cleaner for all that large debris. But for this vacuum, I've had this thing for, over 6 years now. And I went all out because previously my shop vacs would die an early death, premature death, I think just because of the contamination. So this is a Ridgid NXT. It's a step down from the very top model. The very top model actually I think was worse than this one. I think this is the best vacuum that they offered when I bought it. I'll put a link in the description. I think I actually got this one from Home Depot. You can always shop around online, find the best deal, find the best promotion. This one came with this larger hose, bigger attachments, and then I actually have, you can see that orange hose right there, that's the car detailing kit. And so then the car detailing kit, it comes with like this mini sucker. This put on there with that smaller hose, it increases the suction. It's pretty awesome. And you got this filter slash sound deadener that you can plug into the exhaust port. So if it's too loud for you and you don't need absolute maximum sucking power, you can put this in. It reduces the sucking power, but it muffles, it quiets the vacuum down. And the biggest thing, this is a wet dry vac. The biggest thing that's going to make this live a very long life is just the way that it works. So you can install these bags. So instead of just sucking the dirt into the container and then that dust just continuously floating around and eventually getting into your motor, it mostly collects it in this bag unless it's like really fine stuff. So obviously if you're sucking up wet stuff, you can't use the bag because the water has to go down the bottom. The other difference is you get all sorts of different filter options. And so this is actually a HEPA filter. It's like super fine, catches all the really bad stuff that you don't want to breathe in. But the key here, since I do a lot of wood burning in my wood burning stove, this is actually designed to be able to vacuum up ash, because you know ash is like extremely fine and powdery. It can easily kill a shop vac. And again, this thing's 6 years old, still going super strong. Make sure, and you can actually wash these filters. So I have two. They do take quite a long time to dry out. That's why I have two. So when I got to wash this one, the next one's ready to go, and then this can dry out for, you know, honestly, months at a time, over a year actually probably. So bags are kind of expensive, but they last a long time. But that allows me to vacuum up all the dust and stuff, and that gets the majority of it. And then we're going to go over here to our mop. So these buckets are really expensive. I was gifted this from my previous place of work, so I don't know that I would have wanted to invest in this Rubbermaid brand bucket otherwise. This is like your squeegee or squeezer thing to squeeze the water out of the mop. If you can buy just this bucket without this part, you probably save a lot of money. I just like this for the handle for when I'm moving it around. That's honestly the only thing I keep that on there for. But this guy, you can buy this at Menards. Basically, you pull this up and then it twists, and you squeegee the water out by twisting it. And then you can buy replacement mop heads. So this mop is like 20 bucks the first time you buy it, and then the replacement heads are less than 10 bucks. So I've had this set up for the whole time I've been in the shop. And for floor cleaner, there's lots of floor cleaner degreasers. Zep brand has a whole bunch of different stuff. At this point, I'm just using Super Clean. You pour like 3 ounces per gallon and it comes out awesome. But Super Clean's the cheapest and best cleaner there is. So I just stock a ton of that stuff. You'd actually get it the cheapest at Menards during one of their 11% rebates. It's cheaper than anywhere else, even Walmart. So I run about 3 ounces a gallon in here, just cold water, set a fan on it to help it dry out after you've mopped. But that's just a little bit more thorough breakdown on my cleaning process. Everybody always comments on how clean my floors are. Now this is how I keep them clean. It's pretty simple and it works pretty well. And that's going to do it for us for this video. Hopefully at least one of these things helps you out. If you haven't heard of these before, makes you a little more efficient so you can have more time spent wrenching or more time out wheeling and enjoying your project. I think that's probably going to do it for me for the shop therapy series. I'm not sure that it's been a real big hit. Maybe I give it some time to get out there on YouTube and be found in search results, and then maybe down the road I could look at doing a part 3. But for now, I'm going to move on and keep working on those other series. So as always, thanks again for watching, and I hope to see you in the next video.